Okay, so I'm gonna say it. It's gonna piss a lot of people off, and I do not cur. Okay, I do not cur. I don't care. I'm gonna say it because it's not just my truth, it's the overwhelming truth for a lot of women with my skin shade. So I don't know what the deal is when it comes to BMs, but basically if it's not foreign, it's boring to them, and they do not value women who look like me as much as they value other ones. I don't know if it's like that across the board. Maybe it's like that with all dudes, but I know that every one that I've been with have given me nothing but burdens, babies, and bullshit. It's interesting. I'm the same woman regardless, but when I am with other people of other cultures, you know, when I'm around men from the mountains of Caucasoid, Colombians and Italians and other things like that, they do not treat me the same, and they don't complain about it. They value my presence. My presence is their presence, even when I am at work. So let me tell you about the last 2 trips I worked. Second to last trip, captain comes around, introduces himself to the crew. The first thing he says to me is, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go to Dunkin'. You want something?" And I was like, I don't really know, because I don't really eat from Dunkin', so I don't know what they have. I only like Starbucks. He was like, "All right, bet. What do you want from Starbucks?" And I just said my favorite drink, which is the strawberries and cream frappuccino. And he was like, "What size?" I was like, "The smaller size." He was like, "Really?" And then I was like, "Okay, fine." Like, and then he was like, "You want something to eat?" I was like, "I'm not really hungry." He was like, "Wait a minute. I'm asking you what you want, and you're not gonna let me spend money on you?" So I just started naming some stuff that maybe I could eat later. That's cool. Like, that is, like, it is almost expected that when they are around women, they're going to be generous, especially if they look at you and they're like, "Oh, you know, the pretty privilege thing, I suppose." So last trip I was on, we had a really decent, like a really nice time layover length, and I'm traveling with a senior papa. He's Colombian, and then I was running the back galley with another dude, white dude, really cool queen, but at the end of the day, he's still a man. So what did they do the whole time we were on the layover and sightseeing and hanging out? They would not, neither one of them would let me touch my purse, and one of them's not even into women. I could not touch my wallet. The Colombian dude was just like, "Hey, mi amor, I got you. Like, let me take care of this. We're walking around doing this and that." He's like, "No, a real man stands over here. Like, what are you doing? Why are you standing over there? You get this way." And I don't know what else to say besides that. I don't see it enough. I have not experienced it as a regular standard when it comes to dealing with BMs. If I do see it, it's usually game, and it'll happen a couple of times just to get me comfortable. And as soon as I get comfortable and they get comfortable, it goes to shit really, really quickly. And even then, it's their bare minimum effort. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but those are the 2 most recent examples. And then within the African American community, when there are guys that do that and they take pride in those values and in taking care of the women that they value that are around them, well, there it is right there. BMs don't value us. They just really don't. What happens when they're with the black woman versus when they, you know, when that falls apart, because God forbid a black woman actually, you know, expect them to treat them like any other woman, like that they value, but they don't value us. What happens when they switch to the other side? They're doing way more for them than they do for us, with no complaints and proud about it. That's why so many women are either going 4B or getting their swirl on. I'm not interested in any of them. But even when it comes to me just spending time as friends, you know, that's more the direction I want to be in, because there's a clear difference in how I am treated and how a lot of women like me are treated. And we're not called loud, we're not called entitled, we're not called gold diggers. First of all, we are the gold to be dug. What else do I want to say about that? There's a difference. If you are a woman and you understand what I'm talking about and you have your own stories to support it, I want to hear it. Let's talk more about this. Again, I guess that's all that I can say. I see it. I've seen it the majority of my life. I've seen it when I have my conversations with other black women. It's almost the same story over and over and over again, that we are not valued the same within our own, supposedly our own communities. We're not. We're treated like workhorses and everything else. And when there is a BM that does treat a woman like they actually value them and like a human being and respect them, then what happens? They're called a simp and all this other dumb stuff. I'm over it. I'm over it, period.